Hi friends, it's Velvet. I am going to do a little bit of painting jelly print style, jelly plate style today. I haven't played with my jelly plate in a long time. I feel like it's been a couple of months. It's quite possible. April maybe. So I grabbed it, thought I'd, take it out and play around a little bit. I've got all kinds of stuff out. Got a squeegee thing to try. This has got some stuff on it, so I think my first couple plays will be getting all this stuff off. I didn't feel the need to baby oil it to get it off. I just figured the paint will help. I don't know what it is. I feel like it almost seems like glue or something. I can't remember what I did last on it, but I can tell you what my brayer says. My brayer says I used something with some glitter in it. If that ever comes off in a peel, that will look cool, I think. Alright, so I've got a few paints here. These Delusions paints I have never opened, but I've had for what seems like forever. Don't do what I just did and put a pair of scissors on your jelly plate. That could have terrible consequences. So, I thought I'd put down a layer of something and let it dry. Then another layer of something. And actually, no, I should do stencils or mark making in the first layer, so that the second layer will be the back layer once I pull the print. Okay, so what do we want that top layer to be? Ooh, look at that yummy paint. Look at that. That's got to be my top layer, I do believe. Okay, and then I need, whoops, sorry about that. I'm going to need that. Let's just see what this does. Right here? Okay. So, I do have my roll-off sheet right here. That's going to be a pretty roll-off sheet, isn't it? All right, let's do this. Okay. This is definitely a messy job. And then what else can we do? We can do some little circles. And it's okay if this starts to dry, because we need it to dry in order to put that top layer on. Here's what I was looking for. I'm going to pause you so I can go wash this off. Okay. What else can we put on here? I've got some cardboard stuff. Cool. All right. And then, oh, here's a bigger circle. Whoops, went off the edge there, and that's okay. I do like that look. What else? What else? A little cheapo makeup sponge thingy I thought would make kind of cool circles. It's got something in it. What the heck? Oh yeah. That is kind of cool. I like that it's pulling up a lot of that paint. Only because that'll make it just, you know, more unique. Oh, it makes cool circles on there, doesn't it? All right, so we can play around while this dries, since it's got to be dry to, in order to put that top layer on. Okay, I am back. I did a couple more marks. My husband had come downstairs, so I had paused again. This is like taking forever to dry. I even use this little handheld thing that I've got, and it just does not want to dry very thoroughly, and I'm getting anxious about it. So I did pick out turquoise blue to go on the back. What I could do with this is I could make more marks. I could put this down, make more marks, and then pick another color for the very back. And maybe that could be black. I don't know. I think I'm going to go ahead and spread this turquoise blue, though, even though it's not completely dry. And I guess we'll just see what happens, right? A little blob there, and a little blob there, which is probably still too much. So, I know that when paint is wet or, you know, still drying, you should probably go in one direction while you're using your brayer to spread it. That way it's not going to get mixed up all over the place. But once I've got this down and it looks like it's pretty good, I'm going to start going back the other way. I can go that way. Okay. I just love these colors together. I love the jewel tones. All right, so what I did was I got out some, I don't know if it's rice paper or tracing paper, but I'm going to cheat and see what it's going to look like, more or less. More or less. Except that that side of my, oh, look at that. I've got to put a hole in there. That side of my plate is stained yellow from using some alcohol ink on this. So let's see. Let's just see if we can get this to pick up that pink a little bit more. I think I'm putting holes in this with my fingernails, but I mean, maybe not, but yeah, I see a couple little holes. That's cool. Digging that. Yeah. It's so random. And that will look nice to do some mark making on when it's dry and when we're all done here. So, now what do we put down? Whoops, didn't mean to do that. What color shall we put down now? What have I got? Oh, here's a pretty purple, because it's already turning purple, so we might as well. Yeah, you can see I haven't used my paints in a while. Let's see what that does. I thought I'd make some marks in this as well. I just want to make sure that this is rather thin so it'll actually dry. Whoops. Making a mess as always. Alright, what do we want to put in here, folks? What do we want to put in here? How about maybe something like this? And then of course you can try and put that down, but very rarely works. I gotta get rid of these. Okay. Maybe some more of this. Maybe I'll use one of my homemade stamps. I do like these homemade stamps very much. They're easy to use and they work with pretty much any kind of ink or paint. And the cool thing about this is, see, it's going right down to the plate, which means the color that we put on the background to lift will shine through nicely. What else? This is just, you know, the little alphabet numbers or alphabets that you can get that are single. I saved this to use, hoping that it would work to make circles. And it did. Zippity-doo-dah. Okay. Do you want to make any other marks? Maybe just a big circle here. So that that color can go through. Oh, I wanted to try this too. Look at that, it works. That's cool. I feel like I should rinse this off so the paint doesn't get stuck in the crevices. I'll be right back. Alright, so I splashed a little water on when I came back from rinsing that thing, and it just does not want to dry now. But it's dry enough, I don't care. I'm going to use this one this time. This is bright aqua green. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh, what are you? I think you could see those splash marks, which is interesting. I'm just going to add a little bit more because this is just feel a little dry to me. And I want to make sure that this comes through as the background. Uh-oh, I think that looks like one of my hairs. Look at that, right there. Oh well, it'll come off. It'll come off in the pull, won't it? Here's another one of these sheets. And let's see what happens. It's interesting how red it looks. Uh-oh. A little piece of the paper stayed behind. Oh, that's interesting. I do like that color with it, though. That will look a lot better once we do some mark making. All right, so I'm thinking black to pull this up. What do you think? I know you agree with me. So let's find some black. I'll use this one. Grab a piece of paper. Put a little more on this. Gotta pull up that piece of paper there too. Kind of funny. I've done that before. A little piece gets left behind. I've actually seen others do it too, so I don't feel as bad about doing that myself. It just really depends on the paper you're using and how hard you've pressed the paper into the gel plate. All right, let's see. Oops, crooked, but that's okay. I'm not gonna push too hard. I just do want to get that stuff up if I can. Oh, didn't want to come on that one. So that's what we got there. What can we do now? Well, let's let this dry and we'll try something else and see how it goes. That is just so cool, isn't it? I love these little things. Pretty neat. All right. So I'm going to turn you off for now and see what's going on upstairs, and I'll be back. Hi friends, it's Velvet. I have cleaned up my gel plate, but I've left pretty much everything else out because I wanted to do some mark making on these. I think I may have done a couple of prints after I turned the camera off last time. So I just wanted to show you what we ended up with from before. Look, you can see my hair. So obviously these are very rough and raw. So they need a lot of help. So I thought maybe I'd pick one and spruce it up a little bit with you. So if you've got a print that needs some work, grab it. Grab your mark making stuff. Remember, anything around the house will work for mark making. Anything. You know, you can see some of the things that I've got. I've got a dog toy. I've got some cardboard. I found this little tire on the road when I was walking, brought it home and cleaned it up, and so I've got that. You can use stencils, you can use your brayer, you can use anything that's circular, which I do have somewhere. There we go. Just a tube of some sort, just to, you know, just to lay down some ink. And oh, this is one of those pizza things. It actually makes nice three triangular or whatever. Now, what I wish is that this would just lay flat. I can probably do that with some washi, but since this goes right to the edge, I'm kind of don't want to. Let's see if we can make it lay flat. All right, it's just a disaster here, and I know this. I've got to clean all of this up, which I will do when I'm done with this. All right, so, you know, I probably should have left the gel plate out so that I had some ink that I could put down, but what I can do is I'll use my craft mat, and then when I need to roll it off, I'll just come back to this. All right, so what should we do with this first? Obviously, we need to get a light color in here. I mean, you could make it dark, but I would like to get something light in here. I want to keep it kind of all neutrals. So I thought maybe I would start with, this is a transparent Venice yellow. All right, so what we can do is I can kind of brayer this a little bit and then just go like that. And because this is transparent, it will show, but it's not going to be a super bright. It's not going to be super bright. But it will give it a little bit more depth, I think. There, we're just adding a little bit of something in there. I don't know if this is going to work, especially because this is transparent, but let's see what happens. I'm getting just a little tiny bit of pickup there. Let's just try that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put a little bit of water down on there. Well, when that dries, it will have a little bit of a texture to it. Now I'm just going to kind of brayer that back off. There. I would like to get some other neutral colors on there as well. There we go. That's one of my favorites, yellow ochre. We'll put that back. I know I'm not going to want it again. Now with the yellow ochre, I'm also going to bring out my Sumi ink. With the yellow ochre, you can make some really great marks on this. I just have to think about what I want to do. Whatever I do, I think I want it to be pretty bold because this is just so brown. And I've got the copper here too, which I thought would look nice. I've got the unbleached titanium, and of course I'm going to add some black into it. This doesn't want to open. I have never used the Sumi ink. I've seen it used a million times. But that could be something fun, you know. Interesting. I'll need a little cup or a bowl or something for that, I think. All right, so what should we do? Sorry, Baxter's down here. All right, maybe some circles to start off with. Oh, I haven't used this in so long that it dried up on the outside here. Just want to peel that little bit off there. Whoa, that came out like a bullet. All right. I know. Oh, you know what I want to do? I am going to kind of spread this out a little bit so that I can get this onto so I can get this onto this. I really want to see how this looks when you roll it across the paper the right way. Okay. I did say I wanted bold. That's great. Isn't that great? I love that. Now I've got a lot left over. Let's do a tired print. You know, why not? Well, we'll see if it works. Well, not really, but it does leave an interesting mark, and I'm okay with that. Oh, it started to do a tire print, didn't it? You see that? Haha, fun stuff. Fun. Let's do a few circles. And keep in mind, if you think that it's too much, you can always cover it with another color, you know? That's what I love about this sort of thing, this abstract kind of art making. And then I can always roll the rest off there. I think I've got you zoomed in too close. You can't see that I'm rolling this off onto the packaging paper, but I am. Well, I got all sorts of things on this, don't I? All right. These will need to be cleaned up. How about getting some black in there now? Actually, why don't we yeah, let's get some black in there, and then we'll use the copper afterwards. I'm just going to put this right on top of this yellow here. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Maybe I need to bring you back a little bit. There. Hopefully I'm all in frame now. I'm so sorry. Let's get this stuff off. What do we want to do with the black? I'm thinking, yeah, there's something we can do. Let's spread this out just a little bit. I'm just going to put some of this systemic writing here, on here. Uh-oh, a little too much. I forgot this kind of works better with ink, not paint. But it's marks, and that's okay. I'm certainly not a perfectionist. All right, let's get that off of there so we don't wreck that stamp. There, that goes back there. How about this? We'll see what happens. I just love how that works. I just love it. Awesome. And now I'm just rolling this off on my other paper. I wanted to get something. Oh, this is what I wanted. A big circle. rest over here. And of course, there's always some left on the rim of that, so. And then, what did I do with the little one? Oh, it's right in front of my face. It was a little too obvious. So we'll put some of these little ones on here. All right. Okay. Now I wonder if we should let this dry before adding anything else, because I'm just afraid that it's going to spread if I do the copper right now. Let me roll off this black here. Whoops. I definitely know how to make a mess, don't I? I do. Oh, here's the little cup for the sumi ink. We could try some mark making with that. I do have a couple of brushes. I mean, why not, right? I could probably wait and put this on something else, but let's just, I don't know how to pour this in. Oh, just like that. Okay. A little goes a long way, I imagine. This is a very dark black. Pretty sure I got this on Amazon. All you have to do is look up Sumi ink, S-U-M-I. Alright, so it's going to be really dark. Yes, very, very dark. And I think if you just, ooh, that's got a scent to it. I want to hold it at the end and just kind of, you know, just let your hand do what it wants to do. It's a little like intuitive painting, you know? That's fun. And I've got way too much Sumi ink. But I am sure that there's a way to get this back into this thing. And now, right now, you're saying don't do it over top of your painting, Velvet. So, I'm moving the painting. Oh, goodness, this does, this definitely has a strong scent to it. I do not want to waste any of this stuff. I mean, it's not crazy stupid expensive, but, you know, why waste it, right? So I think what I'm going to do is we'll pull out a couple of these other things. How come there's only 3 sitting there now? Where did they go? Let's just, let's grab that one. I guess they must have fallen or something. Oh no, they're under here. Oh, let's do this one, because it's already got some black in it anyway. This is me trying to make a straight line, holding a brush way up at the top. That's kind of cool. Oh, let me do one more over here. Very cool. And then we can just do whatever with that, right? Let's see if we can get rid of this on here. And as you could see from the other one, it dries a little lighter, which is kind of cool. And I do wonder if that's because it's on the acrylic paints. There, I think we've gotten rid of a nice amount of that. We'll bring this back and lay down some other stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to wash my brush and the little tray, and I'll be back. All right, friends, I am back. I have changed my mind, and I decided to go with this color from Sennelier, probably. They call it Violet de Mars. So I thought what I would do is I'm going to cover up this middle section with a stencil of this. I think the best way to do it is to, well, that is a lot of ink, or I mean paint. Holy cannoli. So I thought what I'd do is just kind of roll it out and then roll it onto here, and hopefully that works. It sure is a pretty color, isn't it? I'm not absolutely certain this is working, quite frankly. Might have to grab a brush and do it that way. Yeah, I might need to do that. So let's grab, what should we grab? We should grab, let's grab this one. I'll do this. Yeah, that's much better. I should know this by now because I've done it before. Tried to roll out paint on a stencil and it hasn't worked as well. It can work on a jelly plate, but it's just not as good as... Now, it's entirely possible that some of this got underneath the stencil too. Alright, let's see how it did. It's not terrible. Certainly not terrible. But it does leave us room to do whatever, right? And go like that. You can go like that. And go like that. Roll some of that off on there. And then I could, oh, I know what I can do. Oops, that's wet. Let's try this. Oops, of course I get it on the end where I didn't actually want. Looks pretty cool. I love all these colors together. I really do. They're very neutral and you know, just kind of abstract. I'm not adding any white to this. Just an FYI for you. I need to get that out of there. That's gonna stay and not work very well for me. All right, and that's fine. Got that color on there, and I really like it. So I'm glad I did that. But now I do feel like it needs a little something else. But what is that something else? What is that something else? I feel like it does need a lighter color. And I'm sort of leaning towards the unbleached titanium, which is, you know, it's not as white, of course. And I don't know, maybe we can make some circles with it. Let's see. Let's see about making some circles. Oh, you know what else I could do? I've got my handmade eraser stamps. Maybe I could use one of these. Oh, I've also got a cork that I grabbed that I wanted to try. Here we go. Let's try it off the edge. Make sure it's not too... Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, what have I got? I hope you can see everything that I'm doing here. Bring you back a little bit again. Maybe I'll try that one. Let's see. Okay, this is working for me. I'm digging this. I think I just needed to lighten it up, and it would make me feel better about that. But I do feel like I want, I don't know, maybe this. Oh, I like that. I do like that very much. And I think what's going to end up happening to this is it's going to get ripped up for collage, which I finally started doing recently. Took one of my gel prints and ripped it a little bit for some art or something, and I was very pleased with it. There. Let's see if we can get... Yeah, I'm kind of digging this. I think it might be ready. What did I do with... Looking for another circle. Another circle, something or other. Oh, here we go. Just get one of these in here. All right. I don't know if that looks done to you, but I'm calling it done because I like all the colors. I like that we've covered up some of this, but left some of it to come through. I like that some of the Sumi ink is showing through. I love this. This is really great. If you have one of these, you know, if you get something shipped to you and you've got that cardboard that is really sturdy. I just ripped off one side of it, so you just Just kind of go like that and rip it off. I mean, it takes some time, but that's a really cool look, don't you think? Oops, left something behind here. I left something behind. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in with me today. I hope that you have played along with me and made something that you can be proud of. And if not, you can always play some more. You can always roll out some white and start over. And that's the beauty of this kind of art. And maybe you like it. Maybe you think nobody else will. You just never know. I mean, somebody could come and look at your stuff and say, oh my God, that is fantastic, right? So, yeah, I hope you've gotten something from this. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything you do for me. Bye.